Not now, not ever.
Let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom.
No forced redundancies.
You sit down, perfect. You sit down.
If you like what you hear, you can show us some love too. Follow our socials on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok and YouTube, and subscribe to the podcast on whatever platform you're listening to us on right now. So Corinne, we have a fantastic guest today, Councillor Emily Kim.
We do. The youngest councillor in Brisbane City Council.
Hi.
Yeah, that's me.
Now, we'll get on to more of your story in a minute, but we're going to start with the sandwich you've brought us. What kind of sandwich is it?
I've got a Vegemite sandwich here.
A Vegemite sandwich.
Yeah.
That's pretty Aussie.
Yeah, it is. I grew up eating this sandwich. So
Yeah.
my mum and dad, they ran a sushi shop for 10 years. So sometimes I'd get like a chicken teriyaki roll. I'd get like sweet chili chicken,
Yum.
it's delicious, but most of the time I just wanted a Vegemite sandwich. Very grateful for the fact that they did that. But
Yeah, I had a Vegemite sandwich in my lunchbox every day, a soggy one, usually.
Pretty much
Was
every
sat
day
next
for
to
me.
the popper.
well, we'll see what this one trying to open.
Oh, white bread too.
White bread.
bread.
Yep. Got a no butter as well is better. So like it nice and bitter.
See, I don't mind the butter,
Oh, really?
but a lot of Vegemite for me.
Do you have Nutella and butter as well? Or-
What?
No, you know butter would, no.
I used to get some
Nutella
of
goes.
those. Maybe it's a Korean style. I don't know, Korean style Nutella sandwich.
And you brought us a drink to go with it?
I did, yes. So
To wash it down.
yes, that's right. It's from Addict Tea, Sunnybank Hills.
Ah, very good.
Do you guys drink bubble tea?
We do now.
Today we do.
So got extra large.
What
as
have you
well.
got for us in bubble tea world?
So it's black tea with pearls in them, but I did half sugar because you can get a big stomachache after you finish drinking it.
The story of multicultural Australia, a
Ab-
Vegemite sandwich and a bubble tea.
That's right. It's
Yeah.
it's a wonderful cultural balance.
And this is
So-
from your ward, from your local area?
No, unfortunately, it's a little bit further out, but it's at Pinelands Plaza, so
Okay.
lots of really wonderful Asian things there, just 10 minutes down the road.
There you go.
It's a great place, so please check
So
it out.
straw, do we put this?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you rip open,
That way?
yeah, that way.
Alright.
And then you basically,
Stabbing.
I'm not sure with this cup. I reckon
Oh,
I'll-
I think that one.
I think that one there, yeah.
You stabby?
Do we do it together?
Ready?
Okay, yep.
Oh,
On
this
three. One,
Two,
two, three.
three.
Oh, Jesus. Right,
Oh,
mine's
yeah,
on-
got it.
Mine's on the end. There we go. Oh, God.
Oh no.
Not to get you working out,
Bubble
Em.
tea?
I've not seen this cup before. But enjoy. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thank you
for
for the
coming on
invite.
Unpacked.
It's an honour to be here.
Nice.
What do you think?
Nice.
I like
Refreshing.
it.
Some people, it's a love or hate. Some people think it's really
How does
chewy.
it
Oh, I
go
got
with
the
the
sugar.
Vegemite
Yeah.
sandwich?
Okay, we're gonna
You guys
just
sandwich.
split it
I'll
up. Or
I'll take a piece.
I used to share lunch with my friends as well.
Thank you. Yummy.
Just like childhood. That's great.
Pretty nostalgic.
Yeah,
Now-
I still eat it.
The bubble tea, you've got a plan to take a bubble tea to Pauline Hanson, is that right?
Still waiting for her. We've invited her down. Just
Is she
looking
a fan
for.
of yours?
I don't know. So, I'd love to be able to mend a relationship there. She wasn't happy because we weren't happy with the policies that she's had in the past. Then I got a letter from a random lawyer of hers trying to sue me because we were calling out the fact that the Liberal National Party were preferencing One Nation at the last state election. Yeah,
They were.
and she wanted an apology. So,
Right.
yeah, a $30,000 ad. Yeah, yeah.
Instead you get
So maybe a
give her
bubble tea.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's the Aussie way. I think it's like very larrikin culture. Instead of, especially in today's times, there's so much arguing, but I think why not be friends and why not try to mend that divide, especially when things are getting so polarizing. You reach out your hand and shake it.
Has she left you on red?
Yeah, I think she has. I think she has. Yeah. So we wrote back and she hasn't replied yet, but it would be great for her to come down and see it. I don't know what she'd think. I don't know if she even expects that we're all eating Vegemite sandwiches around there, but I think she should come and see it for herself, and I think she'll be pleasantly
I
surprised.
think she might
She
be.
should.
I'm gonna have one more bite and then let's.
Okay.
Now,
Yep.
Emily, you ran an incredible campaign to win your council award. Really wrote the book on how particularly young people can get themselves elected into politics. I was really pleased. I came to polling day in
Thank you for
one of
coming
your
down.
booths, and
Everyone wanted
you were
a
like a
photo
rock
with
star.
you.
Well, no, they wanted a photo with you,
My mum wanted a photo with you. So.
but it felt like you door knocked just about everyone who came through, and you knew all the leaders of the different cultural groups. It was
Honestly,
Tell us about it.
Well, I feel like I was really lucky. I grew up and just didn't really know what politics was, despite the fact that I think everything's inherently political. But I did a lot of, I had friends who, did debating, loved politics and things. They dragged me into a Model UN competition.
All the cool kids do that.
Yeah, we all love Model UN. And basically, through there, I actually had a friend who was working for a member of another political party, the LNP at the time. And then after the competition, he told me, if you're really interested, you should actually reach out to your local member. So I did my research, and then it turned out to be Duncan Pegg. Unfortunately, he's passed away, but he was my political mentor. Like, he taught me everything. Still always more to learn. But if it honestly wasn't for that connection and meeting him and literally just learning alongside him, I don't think all of this would have happened.
There wouldn't be many campaigners better than Duncan Pegg to learn from.
He was a lot of fun, had his own way around things, and I always loved it. And I'll never forget, everything that he's taught, and I think about it every day. And it honestly was a little bit of, for me, like Pandora's box, because if he hadn't passed away, he wanted then James Martin to take over the state seat. We'd run an election on the council campaign that time, and we got a 12% swing towards us. It was the first campaign that I've ever been on. That's where I learned how to campaign. They wanted me to include me in all the strategy meetings and, their whole, how they write the narrative, what issues they're going to pick and how they talk to people. And it was really just through volunteering and helping them out that I realised that this is like, oh my God, there's so much here. There's so much local government can do. And then we almost won and then just lost. So yeah, that was awful. During that time, I was studying at uni. I really loved international relations. I was studying Russian and Chinese. That didn't go down well because I was actually considering exchanging to Russia at that time. Thank God I didn't. COVID hit as well anyway. And also then Duncan got diagnosed and got sick too. So it was sort of all at once. And yeah, really those things outside of my control. But also because I cared about what this was and what we were trying to build, I just wanted to stick around.
So I'm not sure a lot of young people would think about local government too much. Why should they?
Well, I think it's funny because these days, there is a whole culture of young people who are really, really obsessed with bus routes. You see all these like trending Instagram accounts.
How much does the bus cost?
Oh, 50 cents. Thank you, Stephen. Thank you so much. Like it's just changed everything. Like I used to pay, top up my card $50 a week just to get to school back and forth. It's unreal how much money we've saved as a result of this.
And so young people are taking an interest in them.
Oh, heck yes.
Timetables?
Yeah, and Chris fully should, keep up. So, but yeah, the timetables, it's just unreal because even small things like changing a high frequency service from, every 5 to 7 minutes to 15 minutes, by the time one bus gets cancelled, you're waiting an extra 20 minutes and or more than 20. And if you're in the outer suburbs and you miss that bus, I mean, it's not just students as well, it's vulnerable families, it's people who are living rough, they need to get to hospital, there are so many different family conditions at home, so these bus schedules mean so much to people like that, and I think that's what this LNP Council really misses out on, and they really miss the mark on that, just how much of a difference something like this can make, and also that it's just the everyday experience of every young person as well out there. So I think it's just the connection between the fact that you're catching a bus every day and this is local government. You can actually change that.
And you are really holding them to account. So we're big followers of yours on social media. So we see you fishing out shopping trolleys and we see you taking up the fight in council. And that's difficult because the number of Labor councillors in the chamber is small. So you are a loud voice against an even bigger group of Conservative councillors. Talk to us about just that dynamic, what the chamber feels like at the moment.
It's wild. I can't believe how long it's been like this for, 20 years. And I think it really feels like just an LNP propaganda stage. You walk into these bureaucratic meetings in a room full of just one side and they've all got connections with each other. You're trying to ask some legitimate questions in there and then, they spend that whole time running through a committee presentation. You got maybe 5 to 10 minutes left in a half-hour session to then ask an actual question. Then, they'll try and time it out so that you don't actually get to do that. Then you walk into the next room and then it's just the exact same thing. Then you walk into the council meeting and then it's not fairly run the meeting itself. So they also cut our speaking times in half, and it's
the
just
gagging debate.
absolutely, yeah,
stopping you from raising issues.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And it's crazy because you'll try and raise things about homelessness, for example. As soon as you walk and step outside of City Hall, you can see it just down the street. But when big issues are happening, it's almost like they don't want to talk about it. And I think that kind of behaviour is just not acceptable.
And they use their numbers.
Yeah, absolutely.
To shut down that debate.
Yeah, and a lot of the time I feel like, and maybe that's just what it is when you're in a majority government, but there are so many issues that I know that they could respectively be talking about in their own wards. All across Brisbane, we're feeling it. They're cutting hundreds of millions of dollars from even just maintenance. And the whole city, it's just, they're deteriorating their assets and they're not putting enough funding into renewing those things or building new things. Story Bridge, like millions of dollars gone into fixing it up and holding it up, even though they knew for ages this should have been done a long time ago. And they just refuse to talk about it. And I just think I just don't understand.
Are they still throwing people out and getting the police there?
Yeah, that happened to Jared,
That used to be. Yeah. And poor Nicole Johnson used to get kicked out every other Tuesday night.
Oh, yeah. And they try to...
Called out by the police.
Oh, it's just wild. And then they'll basically, if we say anything in there, then they'll give us a warning. And then if you do that enough times, then
the
they'll
police are coming.
Yeah, to the OIA as well. And it's just, it's unbelievable the way that they operate. I think all for good debate, having the cut and thrust and talking back and forth. But when you change the rules and you don't set a fair environment, I think that's where it all goes wrong.
And so how do you make change in that kind of environment? What's your theory?
Talking to your residents. I think the best way you can do it is literally just go straight to Brisbane people, talk straight to the residents and get real feedback on the ground. I try to crowdsource knowledge like you do as well, talk even just like using an Instagram story and then getting feedback through that. I try to get information just from everyday experiences and then just say that in there. Yeah.
We've asked some people about some questions for you.
We'll come to those.
So we'll come to those later. Yes. So good segue for later.
Yeah. I love the format.
You were saying before you've been listening to Unpacked?
Yeah, I've listened to a bit of it. Yeah. I love the background of student political history and learning of that about you guys. I didn't know, so it's great to see it.
I can't tell if you're teasing us or not.
I think
it's honest.
I think she's being genuine. I think she's being genuine.
We need more transparency from politicians.
Oh well.
It's always like people want to know how you got there.
Yeah.
And I think particularly the other side of politics, there was like, oh, one day I just woke up and I just never wanted to be a member of parliament. Somehow I got pre-selected and ended up a member of parliament. We know that's not the case. Like people work a long time and they're studying it, they're volunteering, they're getting involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
And often the first step you took, which was going and volunteering, is pretty much the same first step that all of us took, which was that first step into politics.
Yeah.
And it does take time.
Yeah.
Saying yes to a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
Saying yes to a lot of door knocking.
Yeah, and I think social media is just changing things big times. Like I think it means that people who don't come from political families, don't come from large political dynasties, they just get a foot in because everything's so much more accessible.
Yeah.
So I think also concentrating on social media makes such a big difference as well. As much as it's not always a direct tool to communicate with residents who might not be on it, it's still another avenue, generally just to grow the movement.
And you're using different ways of connecting with people on social media.
Yeah.
I've seen you doing some videos gaming.
Yes.
Talk to us about
Performative
that.
gaming.
Talk to us about that.
I grew up actually playing MapleStory. Very fun game.
Tekken 3 and GTA.
Yeah. That's great. So GTA, I just thought, what a great way to demonstrate how much our transport system needs work. It's a relatable method. It's a great way to de-stress as well when you're gaming. I didn't realise just the large number of people gaming. So it's since we started.
There's a nerve that you're hitting there.
Yeah. There's and it tends to overlap with people who really care about bus routes as well. I feel like there's some kind of common trend that has no scientific backing, but I think there's a correlation between people who love playing games like Hoi, like Vic 3, GTA. I think they're playing those games, also obsessed with bus routes and love politics. There's a weird intersection there. And
oh, great. Well, if you're one of those people and you're listening, make sure you follow Emily Kim on Instagram.
Would you like to game with me at some stage? Maybe we can stream it and,
Okay, challenge accepted.
Okay, all right.
Corinne will game
with
us too.
A little LAN party. So they call them little LAN parties? A little LAN party?
Minecraft LAN party? That's great. Maybe we need the senator on board as well. So
Absolutely. Do they still have like underground internet cafes here in the city where people do that?
I don't know. Have you?
That smell like
I
Pepsi
don't-
Max
Yeah.
and
I never knew they exist. What kind of nerd are you, Corinne?
Where are you
I
going?
have spent a lot of time in Queen
Dungeons
Street
and Dragons
Mall
and,
I spent a lot
at
of
the
time
back?
in Queen Street Mall in my time, and I misspent you.
Yeah.
It wasn't just politics that made me nerdy.
That's great.
So, Emily, you represent a pretty multicultural community,
Yeah.
and I know a lot of us are worried about, what's happening in the US and around the world, and with these, racist rallies here in Queensland and other capitals. How are Queensland's multicultural communities feeling right now?
Well, I think it's so wrong because people feel scared, especially depending on where you're from. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter because when you see all of this hate online, you shouldn't feel like you can't walk down the street without getting hate on.
Is that how people are feeling?
Does it happen around the area? Or I think at the moment, one of our local schools, the Islamic College of Brisbane, there was a bomb threat there the other day, and I know. I mean, it's just not right for someone.
worry.
Yeah, and you
They've
shouldn't
arrested
feel.
someone? Did I see that?
I think it was a false bomb threat. So don't know beyond that though what's happened after then. So yeah. But I think you shouldn't feel scared when you go to school, no matter where you're from. I think that's number one. No matter where you are, it's not. I mean, we're in Australia, and even then, just to be worried about parking your car in the street, depending on what cultural community event you're going to, it's a very dangerous time. But it shouldn't feel like that. So yeah.
I do like, it's kind of the Australian way. I like that on social media they found a fun way of critiquing it by photographing people who'd been at the protests who are eating food afterwards. Yum cha, banh mi, Vietnamese soup.
Who doesn't like this culture?
Exactly.
Yeah, they probably all go home
Celebrating
and then drink bubble tea. So.
Racism in the morning and multiculturalism in the afternoon.
Well, there's a big list of things. If you've been to the rally, you can't have Chinese takeout, you can't have banh mi, you can't have kebabs. These are a whole list of things.
Vegemite sandwiches. From
you cannot engage in
No
this.
bubble tea?
No bubble tea.
It's just wrong, and there shouldn't be, this exclusive line that's drawn down. And I really think, I truly believe that the everyday Australian is not believing in what kind of things they're saying there. So it really is a minority of people who are just making things tough, and shouldn't be like that. Yeah.
Now, one of the other things that's really impressed me is how you've mobilised young people and young voters and engaging with them, and sometimes that can be hard, but once you do, your generation is so interested in our society and our country and what the future looks like.
Yeah, it sounds a bit funny, but I met a lot of our volunteers on Instagram and just like online. So I found that we're just all following the same things and commenting on the same things, and you have a chat. And I feel like these days, before the medium was you call someone or you do an online form and submission link. But honestly, the Instagram group chats are where it's at, like that. A lot of, I feel like our younger generations are using that much more.
I have to get on this Instagram thing.
Instagram.
The
Instagram,
Instagram
you
group
say.
chats are where the organising's at. So that's what we've been using a lot. And I've just met people who are interested about and passionate about social issues, especially. And that's how I just start talking to them. Then we invite them to a local thing, and then we go from there.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, go onwards. Especially people who don't realise that they actually are inherently political. And then I think when they realise that there's an avenue to be able to advocate for these things, or even just to talk about, the bad experience you've had growing up in childhood, about how bad public transport has been, to know then that there's an avenue where you can actually relay that feedback and get something constructive out of it. That's we always try to focus on the issues and speak about the issues to get everyone in on something.
Are you finding that that's how residents want to contact you as well through social media? Or do you find that they're more still emailing you or calling your office?
Yeah, I think I honestly still believe that the vast majority of people don't even want to contact their local
busy.
elected. Yeah, and which is why we went door knocking. And I feel like that community side of campaigning is very different to than mobilising a group of young people, because I found that where we found the most authentic feedback of what people were feeling during cost of living crisis, during all the struggles, it was literally just showing up at their door and door knocking. Like 50% of the time people don't want to open the door and talk to you, but that's also a reflection of how the average person is thinking. And I think it was only through that then that we found all the real issues, because a lot of the time it takes a level of wanting to reach out in the first place, and then the issues you get through that method they already had that intention there in the first place. But I found door knocking was the best way to work out what people who might be scared or nervous or don't want to talk at all, or think that their opinion isn't valid. It's those people that are actually having the toughest time, and they're the people you have to talk to.
I'd love to be a councillor door knocking, because every time I go door knocking, I don't know if this is the same for you, Stephen.
There's a problem on every street.
They just want to talk to you about traffic calming and the local, the bins. It's all local issues when you knock on people's doors. And it actually is what people go, oh, why are you here? Can you do something about that tree? Can you do something about this? So and normally I'm like, oh, it's a council issue, but let me pass it on to council. You're the councillor, so that must be really invigorating, that a lot of those issues that people do talk to you at the door, certainly in my experience, door knocking, is always council issues. They talk to you about a council issue.
Yeah, like
been annoying them, or they've been meaning to ring council for a really long time.
Yeah, when really, you're there to help them. So I was super anxious, like, before I went first door knocking, because I was like, damn, like, people will get so annoyed that I'm there. But then I realised, like, every street has a council issue, and especially on our campaign, and they were telling me the issues, they were like, this on this street, this tree, this pothole. So then I just started writing letters then to their neighbours. So I'd go back, and essentially, like, every street there was an issue. So then I'd write a letter about that, then send that letter to their neighbours as well, and then we go from there, and then just copy and paste everywhere.
Let them know how you address the issue in that street. It's a really good idea.
Yeah. So local government's great. So underrated in my opinion, and there's so much that you can do. Yeah, so I just hope we win.
Well, you've worked in local government too, Corinne. Was that your experience? You can make a big difference.
Yeah, you can, and I found also when there was an issue, the phone started ringing. So we would have a call centre, and people, I don't know, because it is maybe because council is so much closer to the public, that people really feel that ownership over council. So they would ring all the time, and you really did get a sense if there was a particular issue, and there was some really, I've been involved on the receiving end of many a different campaign at council. One from our full breastfeeding in public showdown at a local park.
I remember that.
At Bribey Island, in a pool, all the way through to a dog that was listed for destruction as well. And there was an international campaign to save this particular dog.
Oh, wow.
So people get really passionate about particularly local issues, and access to the local pool for breastfeeding, a local dog.
The door knocking dogs are cute, the dogs that you see just yapping at you through the fence. So.
Have you ever had a contrary experience with a door knocking dog? A scary door knocking dog?
No, but I've had although this is kind of what it normally looks like, that like maybe if I'm talking to like a random bloke, and then he's got like a tree issue in his yard, he'll invite me into the yard, and then the dog's there, but he'll be like, well, look out for the landmines, and then I'll be like, oh, okay. So we'll walk through, and then there's a beautiful dog there. It's happened more than once, I feel like, and then you'll be there looking at a tree issue. So that's how I realised, oh my god, tree issues are so common in council. And then after getting elected, it's just a recurring theme. But yeah, that's probably my usual dog experience.
No dog bites?
No, luckily not. Yeah, luckily not. So
you were lucky.
Yeah, lucky dogs of Callumvale. Yeah, some of them bark at you for ages, and I feel terrible. And these days as well, they've got CCTV where it just sets off, and it's got like red and blue lights, and then it's got a voice thing too. And then one time, this guy ran out his house, like trying to chase the person next door, and it was me. So I felt really bad. But great neighbourhood, great sense of friendship on that street. So that was good to see.
Do people communicate through the Ring cameras and the front door cameras to you?
Yeah, they do. And sometimes I get a message on my page just with a screenshot of the Ring doorbell and say, oh, sorry, I missed you just now. And yeah, I guess that's the new medium these days. So I have one, just like a CCTV thing. But I don't talk to people through it, because I think it's
I did in the federal campaign, or I'd leave little bits of feedback, like I really like this tree, or I like this thing. By the way, sorry, missed you.
Yeah. That's like plus votes for you there.
Yeah, I was like, I really like this cute doorbell.
Yeah.
So it is an interesting.
I always wonder though if they read it, or if they see it.
I do. I'm always.
I would,
going back and checking my person detecteds.
Yeah.
Mostly it's a neighbour's cat, but occasionally it's someone knocking on my door.
Yeah. Stephen, I have a very pressing question.
Okay, all right.
A lot of the young guys in Sunnybank, Callumvale, they all want to know, do you listen to K-pop?
Oh, not heaps, but Bridie has been watching K-pop Demons.
Oh, that's great.
So trying to get into it.
Do you listen to the music as well, like when you drive and, when you're with her? Or?
Yes.
That's How about yourself?
I'm not huge into it. A little bit of Blackpink and just the greatest hits. Really. I haven't delved too deep.
Yeah. Oh, that's honestly all I wanted to know. So
Okay.
it's very because I was thinking we could do a gym sesh while listening to K-pop.
Okay.
So.
Do it.
Sure.
Do it. You should go to a local gym. Except be aware that when you take him to your gym, he will outshine everyone.
Oh my God.
Like don't.
I'm sure everyone will come.
Actually, maybe don't
come
do
up
it.
for it.
Yeah, he came to my gym and then started doing all of these chin-ups in front of everyone and made the entire gym look really bad. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, can you wear
That was
like
a good workout. Huh?
Not for anybody else.
Do you have the full like lifting fit and everything?
Look, yes, but I don't love it. No.
Do you have lifting shoes as well, or
Yes.
what kind of shoes do you wear?
Oh, well, they're just Metcons.
Oh, Metcons. Okay,
Not
Metcons. Damn.
Those weird toe ones, like those amphibious shoes that you see dudes wearing.
No, I'm not that performative.
I used to buy. So my first pair of like lifting shoes was from Gumtree because it was
Someone
like.
else had them.
Well, it was well, yeah, they did, but they were like second.
You're on a councillor's salary now. You can buy new shoes.
Well, I was a student at uni, and I used to go to the UQ Powerlifting Club. So cool. Like they had this old shed in a forest, amazing setup. And they, the membership was like very, very good deal for 1 year. And the guys there were amazing. Like one of the guys was literally a physics professor. So, you'd literally talk about the technique and everything in physics terms. So I bought on Gumtree a secondhand pair of boxing shoes because it's like got a flat sole. So I used to wear those. Pretty clean actually. So not too bad.
Good to know. Good to know.
Yeah. So I was wondering what shoes you were wearing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I went to Brisbane State High. There are lots of rugby kids there and people who like to dance. So one of my friends, really good guy named Jimmy, so he taught me how to lift. Same as my church friend Henry. So we would learn how to lift properly, and then he then went to my first casual, like just powerlifting, meet up with me, and then just was like my coach there, and then did a few lifts there. It was really fun. Had a great time. So from there,
It's a great sport.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, it's a great vibe. Like, you go to some kind of random shed and then they're playing like AC/DC or something, and then you just lift. And the best part is you're not like running a marathon or anything. You're not huffing and puffing. You just do like one 15 seconds of torture.
Pick
then
it up and put it down again.
Yeah, and then you just chill out and talk to people around you, and then you do the next lift. So, and also no one can get mad at you for lifting 100 Ks. So I feel like it's a great environment where everyone supports each other, regardless of how old you are, how young you are. Everyone's there just to support you because it's a great thing. So it's really like to me, every comp felt like a celebration. So
what are you lifting at the moment? What's your favourite lift? What are your numbers?
I was when I started lifting when I was about like 18, 19 competitively, but I was 15 when I first started going to the gym. I think my max was like 122. It's not great.
Is that
for
deadlift?
Well, compared to for a deadlift, so I did 122.5 for squat. I think it was like 120 or something for deadlift, and then my bench was the worst one, so it was 60.
That's still pretty.
Tough for women.
I think it was like
a tough muscle group.
Every like 2.5 Ks just felt so big for me, and I really saw. I don't know if this should be like on the podcast, but I saw the real.
Just guaranteed it would be.
Yeah, or like the men's and women's category is so different. Like you'll see girls lifting like 70 Ks and winning their national comps like for bench, whereas the dudes will be lifting like over 100 Ks for bench, and deadlifts, like the guys, like tiny guys, like who are like 60 kilograms, will be lifting like 180. Just unbelievable results. But the girls, it'll be a lot like 30 to 40 kilograms lighter. So that's why they change everything up into different classes between like how old you are and how much you weigh. At the time I was like 63 kilograms. So trying to cut weight to get into a lower class because I was younger. So I thought, that will make you more competitive. So it's fun times.
A lot of people ask me how I find time to go to the gym. And I know Corinne does it by getting up stupid early. What's your secret? How do you stay fit?
These days I honestly just I just walk as much as I can. So I just walk. Do a bit of reformer Pilates, basic.
Reformer's great.
At Agape Physiotherapy, excellent small business, by the way.
Good
run
plug.
by local Egyptian community. They're really good guys. Their classes are so popular that they have to put on more classes now. And then I just casually gym. I just try to make time for it now. I don't. I think before I was really solid on a consistent routine, but now I just accept life as life. So I just keep all my gym gear in my car, and when I got the chance,
take it.
That's what I do. Like you come home like maybe an hour early from like a city event. or just swing around to Mount Gravatt World Gym and then go work out there.
Another plug. World Gym Mount Gravatt.
Great small business as well. Wonderful crew there. And also AJ's. They've just had a reno. They're now Strand Fitness.
Okay.
They got like a booty room and high class facilities there.
Booty room.
Yeah, a booty room. Yeah.
Right.
They're getting really modern
Full of
these days.
performative
It's so,
men.
Yeah, what happens in a booty room?
Probably.
Do I want to know?
I don't know. Probably just like good things to work out quads and thighs and everything up. Sorry, some of this
Glutes. I
stuff
think we're allowed
probably
to say
shouldn't be
glutes.
replayed on it. It's like the unfiltered podcast now.
The up late.
Unpacked, unfiltered.
Yeah.
Unpacked up late.
Can you share us your lifts as well?
Well, yeah, I did. I went to the Capo National titles
Wild.
a bit ago,
Yeah.
and what did I do? I did 195 deadlift,
Oh my God.
157.5 squat,
Yeah.
and 110 bench. Although I got 115 up, but I moved before that.
Yeah,
Referee
yeah.
had told me I could, so I got
Did you
red lights for that. That was
you-
3 PBs for me anyway.
Wow. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you smell the thing?
No, I wasn't sure about that. So maybe I could have done more.
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's meant to like rev you up, and then you run onto the
Yeah.
thing, and
I wasn't sure about my heart.
you get enough
die.
of that from politics, so it's
true.
you're just gonna think about the LNP and then just run out there. So yeah, that's awesome. What about did you talk to like the Queensland powerlifting guys while there, and
Yeah.
any clubs there, and
Yep. There was some. Actually, the one great story. There was a man visiting. I think he was up from Sydney, and he took up powerlifting when he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. And he was doing it to stay physically fit because there's a real link between that and mental decline. And so, and he broke. Because he was under 60 kilos, I think he broke all the records, like national records. It was amazing.
yeah,
So,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
What a great scene. Yeah. Do you what's your training? What's your routine? Workout?
look at the moment I'm just doing each week a push workout, a pull workout, legs, and I'm trying to do cardio. I hate cardio. I'm trying to do 3 cardio sessions. Yeah.
Do you do like free weights, dumbbells, or do you use the bar a lot more?
A bit of both.
Yeah.
Bit of both. Yeah. I got an app that
I'll use
one of the
that. What
AI
app
apps.
do you use? I'm sure a lot of people in Queensland want to know, and then they'll download the app.
They do.
so-
They always ask. They're
Really?
forever asking in your comment section.
Who's your
what do you-
trainer?
I used the Fitbod app.
Fitbod. Okay.
Yep. And
Plug, yeah.
Jill was my trainer up until national. She's working in another gym now, so I'm looking for a trainer.
Oh, you're looking
I
for a
think, mate,
trainer?
I'm at Fortitude Barbell tomorrow.
Hit us up.
I
Oh,
think-
damn.
Hit us
I
up in
think
the
Johnny
comment
B
section.
might help me out.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if he's still around, but really great guy. Another plug. His name's Chris Bust. He was my trainer, but he then decided to be paramedic. So like incredible man. But yeah, all the powerlifting people are great.
Yeah,
all the
nice.
lifters. So yeah.
We mentioned earlier that we put up a story and we asked Instagram users what they wanted to ask Emily Kim, Councillor Emily Kim. And so here we go. What are Angie Drag
Angie Drag.
asked,
Cool name.
what are some beneficial pathways to get into politics?
Oh, that's a great question. I think I think the obvious ones are like humanities, politics, and law.
Yeah.
Because I know you came from a law background. Yeah. But honestly,
She's still all right. So.
yeah, it's amazing. But I think honestly, these days, I feel like no matter what you're studying, I think a lot of it just comes down to volunteering and getting on the scene and being out there and talking to people, and just sign up to your first campaign and get
Join a
involved with the
political party.
movement. Yeah, I think that's the best move you could make, and constantly showing up.
Lewis F. Scott, if that is your real name, would love to.
It sounds like an author.
It does, doesn't it? Would love to know your thoughts on car dependency and impacts of big utes in the city.
Oh, big utes in the city. Well, I know out in Pollara on Ritchie Road, we get a lot of complaints about trucks near schools. So they're driving over traffic islands because it's the only way in and out. So I know utes would affect that a lot. Problem is the way our city's been designed is very, very car-centric.
It is.
Almost so much that it would be so expensive to change things around. I think there's a lot more we need to do an active travel network though, with using bikes and also just footpath connections too. Like in the outer suburbs, you still got to walk more than 2 Ks to get to your local bus stop. At the moment in one of our areas, there's not even a complete footpath connection to walk home to the nearest estates. So we don't even have the basics yet. So even the utes alone driving through the city, it's a tough one.
We need an alternative, right?
Yeah. I think there actually needs to be some kind of structural change with the way that we use our network, so that we can clear out that congestion. But I mean, even with the metro, we see it there. Theoretically, the idea was to reduce congestion in the bottleneck areas in that tunnel there. But the problem is the trunk and feeder model is just not working because you don't even have services from the outer suburbs yet connecting it to that model. So I just feel like we're like 20 years behind Sydney, in all honesty. Yeah.
It is amazing. I just came back from a Senate hearing yesterday in Sydney, and they've just obviously unveiled their metro.
Yeah.
And it is packed. People moving the east to west in the inner city.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's a light rail option as well.
Yeah.
Labor invested really heavily in light rail down on the Gold Coast, and it's good to see those types of public transport options and people really utilising them in Sydney, and you could really feel it on the roads as well when you were there.
I mean, I think fundamentally, this is just my holistic take on all of this, and I've been reading, speaking of authors' names, like Robert Moses in New York, like the town planner, they're responsible for creating this car-centric model, like conceptualising highways alongside the river. Really, that in itself has just it sets a precedent now where everything that we do public transport wise, it really has to work around this model. So I feel like everything is just a temporary fix, hence the imperfect solution that we're just not getting there yet. So
out our way, you can see how public transport can help address our housing problem too. We've got the new Redcliffe line, and it was the impetus then to all of the housing that's gone into Griffin and North Lakes and Mango Hill, right up to Redcliffe. So infrastructure is important for housing as well.
Yeah.
It's great to see. 50-cent fares is one of the things I'm proudest of, and it's it always struck me that we kind of punish people in the outer suburbs, often the people who can least afford it, by making them pay the most to get to work or uni or whatever.
Yeah,
that's what 50-cent fares was about. Not so much the making it that cheap, but making it flat fares, so no matter how far you have to go, you pay the same amount.
Yeah, just from your experience, because I watch your Vox Pops talking to students outside QT. Are they like all inner city students, or are they all coming from outer suburbs? Do you know?
It's a mix.
Okay.
Lots of them coming from outer suburbs.
Yeah. And what are they saying to you generally?
Just that they love.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. It's probably the one thing. Of all the things I did in politics, and I'm proud of a lot of them, but 50-cent fares is the one people remember. Yeah. Oh,
they've got some propaganda in council, by the way, like in City Hall, like all of a sudden they're trying to make it sound like it was the Chris Foley legacy, introducing 50 cents fares.
I don't think anyone's buying that.
No, nobody thinks that.
Yeah, no one's buying that one.
But speaking of Chris Foley, he gets a mention in this next question.
Oh, okay.
So, this one's from Zane, and he asks, why do you think David Crisafulli is silent on the Islamic school and Gold Coast mosque threats?
I'm cynical. I think it's just politics. I think it's just votes. Depending on, why they might already think that the demographic may not vote for them anyway, so why do that? And I think it's a very reactionary and very cynical view. That's my interpretation of events. And I also think a large part of their base as well just fundamentally don't believe in the same things. And I think whereas Labor Party has been very clear about multiculturalism, about our stance and what we are from day one, and they're not. And I think he's got pressure from people who are from the National Party and from the further right-wing side, and I think he knows he has to balance that. But he's also aware of the fact that that's not what we stand for here as real residents in Queensland. So I think he's up against it, and I think there's a lot of pressure on him right now.
He's constantly torn between the mainstream and his right-wing fringe.
That's right. Yeah, what he's got to do. And I think it's dangerous, and the situation's becoming increasingly polarising. And I think I think a good leader needs to start addressing these things now, because if you don't, then you let those louder voices take control of the narrative.
Okay, well, from a serious question to one that's a bit lighter, do you want to ask Jonathan's question, Corinne?
I will. What is your favourite HSP combo?
Oh, okay. Okay. I like all the different meats put into one.
A meat salad.
Yeah, meat salad. You need the Holy Trinity. You need every single sauce on it as well. And of course, chips with chicken salt. Undeniable. And then I have
the Holy Trinity. So
the Holy Trinity.
What are that? There's that
so it's like
chili, garlic, and
the chili and barbecue.
Barbecue,
right?
It's garlic, barbecue, and hot chili.
Yeah. I order Holy Trinity so much that I'm like, don't even remember what the breakdown is.
We have fact checkers in here to keep.
Yeah. It's just a great mix. The Holy Trinity.
We didn't want to be culturally insensitive
We did not.
Yeah,
for
that's
the lovers
great.
of the
Good
HSP.
question.
That
Thank
was
you,
a great
Jonathan.
question, Jonathan. You'll have to tell us what your HSP combo is.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of tabbouleh though, sadly. So I know tabbouleh's like, meant
Controversial.
to make it nice and green, but I'm just there for the meat.
It gets
so.
stuck in your teeth too.
It does, yeah.
No good. No
Yeah.
good.
Right. And then the last question we got from our Instagram followers was Eloise.
Yeah.
And she asks, what are your daily responsibilities and who helps you fulfill them?
Yeah. So on the daily, we just get slammed with issues, like all small things. So small but large. So
All important.
potholes, footpaths, long grass, and then also a failing public transport system.
Yeah.
Heaps of complaints about missed buses, about buses not showing up, about a need for more connectivity, just generally all across our suburb. The other one as well is I talk to a lot of vulnerable elderly residents who live in our area. Generally, I feel like they're the hardest hit by the current LNP regime. So there we are constantly talking to people every day. I've got a team of 3. So I've got Jen, Fahima and Sam. They help me out every day. We even put one of the elderly residents' bins out every week for him. And part of a problem there is his driveway is too steep. So as a part of the garbage collection service, it's actually considered dangerous for the driver to drag the bin out. Problem is his carer won't have that service included in their council's in-home care service that they provide doesn't accommodate for a driveway that's steep. He just came across one of our cold email outs one day, and then in it, we always write, if you need help with anything, please come in. So he literally came in.
Yep.
Can't walk very well either. So literally hobbled into our office and then said, I need a hand, council confirmed they'd collect my bin, but they haven't since X date. So I think it's been nearly 6 to 8 months now that we every week until this bureaucratic problem is solved, because the council are going to try and work on lining him up with maybe another driver on another route. Until then, we're putting his bin out for him.
Yeah.
So we do all sorts of things.
So if you like helping people, local
Yeah.
government's really good.
Absolutely. And I think to me it makes me mad to think that, the old councillor was in for 16 years, and if you don't really care about what you're doing, you can miss all these opportunities to actually genuinely help people who are legitimately struggling every single day. And to think about those missed opportunities it's just upsetting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does this make you regret going into the Senate, Corinne?
It really does. There's not enough dragging of bins in the Senate.
Yeah, it's great though. As much as I joke about it, it's awesome, and I think that council has so much capacity to change the way the city is run, and the way that people's everyday lives can really change through a small switch in a policy. And to me, that's the greatest part about it.
Oh, well, that is a fantastic note to finish up on. Thank you
Yay!
so much.
Thank you so
Councillor
much.
Emily Kim. It's been great to have you on
Thank you,
Unpacked.
Stevenmiles MP and Corinne Mulholland Senator.
Thank you. Thank you very, very.
Now,
Sorry.
back to our bubble tea.
Cheers. Yeah.
These are gigantic.
I jammed
What
my
is this? Is
straw
this
with
like a
bubbles
jumbo,
before.
latte, frappe, grande?
This thing. So just
The
pearl-
size. The size is
Just
this.
large.
Just
I did
large.
ask if they had a smaller size, because I think we're going to get stomach aches after we finish it.
That's
but,
a lot of bubble tea.
Half sugar as well.
Right.
Just a half sugar.
Half sugar, yeah. Full sugars.
Calorie conscious.
Yeah. But you can think of it as a pre-workout.
Oh, good idea. Yeah.
Full of protein.
Yeah. Not really.
Not now, not ever.
Let there be 1,000 blossoms bloom.
No forced redundancies.
You sit down, Wilfred. You sit down.